Hi, everyone. My name is Natalie Ledwell, and this is The Inspiration Show. Today on the show, I have a very special guest who's going to be talking to us about a subject that keeps coming up over and over again lately in my circles, and that's about plant medicine. So before we get into our discussion today, I just want to remind you that after the show is over, don't forget to click the link below this video so that you can download the free ebook version of my best-selling book, Never in Your Wildest Dreams. So now let me introduce my special guest, Brandee Lee. How are you? Brandee Lynn, sorry. How are you, darling?
So good. So happy to be here with you.
Now, Brandee and I met several months ago now at a mastermind. And she is one of the founders of Rythmia, which is a life advancement center down in Costa Rica, of which I will be down there with Brandee in April. And we're going to tell you a little bit more about that later. But before we do that, Brandee, can you talk a little bit about, your background and how you got into starting Rythmia?
Yeah, I actually used to own a marketing and branding company. I never thought in a million years that I would ever be working with ayahuasca. Actually, my mom is a meth addict. So to this day, she struggles with that. So for me, I didn't even smoke pot, nothing. When this showed up in my life, I was kind of running from it. On the side of my marketing and branding company, I was actually working with men transitioning from prison and created a life transformation program. And I really was excited to create something that would go beyond the mind. I had been doing all these life transformation programs, Landmark Forum, reading hundreds of books to clean up the hot mess that I was, and I still am. But when I was going through the mind, there were patterns that I just could not shift. Years would go by and that same pattern would keep coming up. And so when I started finding quantum healing modalities, like the work that you're doing with hypnotherapy and, ways to heal myself, because I wasn't accessing the four bodies. You have your mind, body, spirit, and emotional body. So if you're only addressing, part of it, then that's still going to keep coming up. So back in 2012, I had a falling out with my business partner, and it was one of the greatest blessings that ever happened. I said to Spirit, okay, I'm ready. Use me. What am I doing here? And I just started calling it in. I had this whole vision of I wanted to create a center in Costa Rica. I had never been there before, but I knew that's what I was doing. These shamans contacted me from Costa Rica. This is when the synchronicities start kicking in. And they asked me to come out there. I checked it out. I saw that they were having these miraculous things happen with ayahuasca. I'd never heard of ayahuasca before. And I was still kind of like, this looks like a drug. But I saw what was, they were healing diseases, incurable diseases, depression, people who had relationship problems. And, so I said, okay, I'll partner with you guys. You guys could do this cool drug over here that's healing people, and I will go and create my center on this part of the property. And I go back home, and then almost every week I start getting invited to do medicine. And, I'd have my friends from Burning Man telling me about it. I'm like, nah, I'm good. And it took a 73-year-old woman, Jennifer Butler, to invite me to do a ceremony visioning for her company. And that ceremony completely changed my life. It broke down the pattern that I had with men in such a specific way and helped me to see exactly what I was doing and receive an energetic healing. And then it showed me this vision of this, what I called the Sleeping Giants Project, how I could make an impact in the world and help to solve some of the problems that we're facing. I heard Wake Up the Giants, and it said this whole vision is manifesting and you're being guided. So after this ceremony, 2 weeks later, Gerard, who became my business partner and later husband, he had just had a huge breakthrough in his life with Iboga in Costa Rica. It broke him from, a lifetime of addiction. He had sold his company for $90 million, had all the women, all the cars, all the houses, the American dream. And he was a big, huge mess and going through rehabs and couldn't solve his problem. This plant medicine completely broke his addiction in one night, and he was shown a vision to create a center. So we both had this vision of creating a center. I actually already had a center that I was partnered with and hadn't even tried ayahuasca yet. And we went to Costa Rica, partnered with Michael Beckwith, and created Rythmia. So that's how it happened.
Right. So let's talk a little bit about Rythmia, because I'm excited to be down there in April. And it's not just a place that you go and do plant medicine. Like, you know, there is a whole process that you go through. So tell us a little bit about the journey or the transformation that people get to experience when they go to Rythmia.
Yeah, so this was when we started working with the plant medicine. We were doing it on the floors of people's houses in in Los Angeles, and we thought, okay, we've got to do this in a better way. So the whole idea was to create a program where people could really understand what the plant medicine is, how to navigate your experience, and how to integrate that into your life. So we've built a really amazing program around it. You know, we have a life visioning course by Michael Beckwith. We have, you know, you work every day with the shamans and your group to understand your experience. And then we have, you know, the whole trip is all inclusive. So it's like massages, mud baths, hydrotherapy, colon cleanses, yoga twice a day, organic food. So once you get there, you don't have to worry about anything. That's really what we created. And it's been amazing. 97% of the people that go through our program are having a life-changing miracle occur that they self-report before they leave. So it's really amazing.
Yeah. And so when I come down, I'm actually going to be doing like a workshop with using mind movies, but also understanding where a lot of our programming is coming from. And when you couple that with the Revs, you know, life visioning program, it's going to be astronomical. And then, of course, the insights that you get. And when you go down, you don't have to do plant medicine, right?
No, we also have transformational breath work. So you're using your breath as the medicine. These are all ways of accessing the altered states of consciousness, just like, you know, the work that you're doing. So it's all complementary. Yeah.
And the reason I love having this conversation, because I especially the circles I move in, I mean, I'm the same as you. I've had people for years going, come and do plant medicine. And I'm like, I don't feel like doing that. Like, I partied back in my day. I'm leaving it behind. But this is something completely different. This is not something that you party with. This is, and it's not just, you know, take drugs and pass out.
No.
You know, describe a little bit of what the ceremony's like.
Yeah, well, you know, one of the things that helped me to make the decision to do the plant medicine was when I asked the same question to the shaman, what is this? And she explained to me the difference between a drug and plant medicine. A drug is something that you're taking to escape yourself. And the medicine is the complete opposite. Like if you're trying to have a good time and party, do not try ayahuasca, because you're going to go right to the issue that you're dealing with, what's holding you back from your highest potential, and you're going to do the complete opposite. You know, it's a healing plant that's been used for thousands of years all over the world by the indigenous tribes for healing and awakening to your higher potential.
Right. And so when the shamans approached you, and you were getting this message about, you know, healing the giants, like what was their purpose, or what is their hope to be able to create through the medicine and the ceremonies?
So the shamans are there to hold the space, to create a container where, you know, they've gone through training. Our grandfather is 110 years old in the jungle of Colombia, one of the oldest shamans in the world, and he still trains our facilitators, and his grandson comes to Rythmia, Taita Juanito. So, you know, it's really important that you have guides like this that understand this medicine. You know, the grandfather says, after 50 years of studying, he just started to learn about the medicine. So, so I know, like in Los Angeles now, everybody's calling themselves a shaman, but it's really important that you have people that have been trained properly, that understand energies, that understand what is happening in this experience, and can really guide you and facilitate you. You know, like if you're coming up against a difficult time, they could come and move the energy and make it a lot easier. You know, some people purge. There's all different ways that we release energy. And yeah, so it's really important that you have people that can help you to move through these different situations that could be difficult on your own.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So what are some of the transformations that you've seen people have as a result of doing plant medicine?
Oh man, I've seen things, miracles as extreme as like a blind person walking out and being able to see again. A person with a disease healed, an incurable disease healed, or to a person who was looking for, life purpose, or to heal relationships, to heal health issues, whatever it is. This plant is so intelligent, and it's able to navigate all of your four bodies to, basically work on whatever is the highest priority to help you to reach your highest potential.
Right.
Yeah.
I know. Well, the reason I'm so excited, because, I'm stepping into this whole new arena of education, with the children's curriculum that we're out there, and I'm starting to work and move in different circles. And for me, like, yes, I'm happy. I'm excited to be down there and not have a health week and be pampered and looked after. But to also get the insight, onto how I need to show up differently, and things I need to do next. So if there's someone that's actually watching the show right now and they go, okay, I've been hearing about this ayahuasca thing for a while. What are the kind of things that they can expect if they were to come down to Rythmia?
Mm-hmm. So everybody has a completely different ceremony. In fact, each person can have a completely different ceremony depending on where they're at in themselves each time you show up.
Right.
You can have an experience where you have a nada, where nothing happens. And actually that's where everything happens, because the medicine is so intelligent. It's going back to the very beginning of your DNA, to the beginning of creation, and it's clearing you. It's clearing your past lives. It's clearing all kinds of things that sometimes you don't even mentally need to understand, but just to trust that the medicine knows what it's doing and it's giving you exactly what you need. So that's one of the experiences where you may have a vision, and visions could come through, seeing something visually, hearing something, feeling something. It all depends on how you see naturally, usually is the way that you'll see on the medicine, or having direct knowing. For example, you can just have a clear message come to you and you just know that it's the truth. When you go into the vibration of the plants, you're raising your frequency and you're in the frequency of nature and harmony. So you're able to actually hear your soul more clearly, because we're so disconnected from nature with all of the chaos and electronics and the food that we're eating, all of the things that disconnect us from being connected to ourselves. This experience helps us to realign back with our soul so that we can actually hear again. And we've been so disconnected from our child, so what's beautiful about this medicine is it's bringing us back to who we were before we had this break in our lives, when we were whole and complete. And I know this goes right along with what you're doing, the work with hypnotherapy. It's the same work, different modality, but we break apart from ourselves through fears and traumas and false beliefs and all of the things that have us create this separation from ourselves. And so this is all about healing those stories and coming back home, back to that child, and having fun and living our lives, being present. That's what this is all about.
Yeah. So to say that it's life-changing is a bit of an understatement.
Yeah.
And so I really want to invite everyone in our Mind Movies community, anyone that is open to coming to join us. I'm going to be down there the week of April 14th to the 20th. And so you can come down, have the whole experience. Like, you don't have to do the plant medicine. You can if you want. But to have this whole, the visioning process, the health, and then also have, the live workshop with me, where any insights that you get from your experience, then we can actually articulate into that mind movie that you can take away with you. That'll keep you focused. That'll keep you, moving towards the things that you're wanting to achieve and the insights that you've had from your week at Rythmia. So where can we send people, Brandee, if we want to, if they want to register, or if they want to find out more about Rythmia?
Yeah, just go to rythmia.com. And you could call the 800 number. We have an amazing sales team that have all been through the Rythmia program and can answer any questions. We have a medical staff, so we can check any type of prescriptions or any medical issues that may come up. So feel free to call in, and we've got a great team to answer any questions.
Yeah. And yeah, and if you feel so inclined, I mean, we'll have a banner here to the side. We also have a link underneath the video as well. And if you have any questions, you can also, you know, send them through to me and I can answer them as well. But I invite you to come and have an exceptionally life-changing week. I don't think I'm going to be the same person by the end of the week, and I'm so looking forward to it. So, Brandee, thanks again for joining us today.
Thank
It's been
you
such
so
a
much,
pleasure.
Natalie. I'm super excited about this.
Yeah, me too. So, guys, I encourage you to share this video. Let's get the word out there. You can do that by clicking the Facebook and the Twitter share buttons on this page. Don't forget to click the banner to the side or the link underneath to go through to Brandee's website, find out all about the Rythmia experience, and to come down the week that I'm there. And after all of that's over, don't forget to click the link below that so you can download the free ebook version of my best-selling book, Never in Your Wildest Dreams. So until next time, remember to live large, choose courageously, and love without limits. We'll see you soon.